There is strength in will. Would that I had not relinquished my own.
You relinquished nothing. What was it, if not will, that made you strive for a new world? Strive to win your master's approval? You were shown a fantasy, and you chose to believe it. But you were wrong. There is no world, but the one we live in. And that world is worth saving, even if it means killing a god.
Bold words. From one who has served the Lord so well.
This is pointless.
But I almost forgot. I promised that I would make you presentable. Did I not? We shall fulfill our destinies, just as the Lord's Mother Crystals have fulfilled theirs. Come, Clive Rossfield. Take what is rightfully yours. Become one with God.
No!
At long last, salvation. I'm coming home. Mother.
Tell me, how does it feel?
Show yourself! Face me!
How does it feel to consume your rival's strength, to gorge yourself on their being, to edge step by trembling step ever closer to the divine? With or without a will, you are still but a vessel, our vessel. Behold, how your body shudders in anticipation of its fate.
Oh, it's not yours yet.
No. Come then, O wayward child. We shall await you upon the back of the first worm. There all shall end and begin again.
Quickly, my lord, quickly!
Why the hell is my city crawling with a captain?
Don't ask me, ask them! Since when was Eikon want to hide when there was a fight to be had?
Since they stripped me of my rank and banished me from the battlefield. Now I'm stuck wiping the backsides of this one while the city burns and my wife tells off with a man half my age! And then you turn up! What the hell are you doing here anyway?
What indeed?
The enemy numbers 200,000 or more counting the orcs. There are simply not enough soldiers garrisoned in the capital to repel an army of that size.
Then what of the central keep?
Held by a contingent of soldiers and bearers from the surrounding boroughs. They are the sole reason it still stands. And all it took was an army on their doorstep to bring them together.
The prospect of death does put things into perspective.
Yeah, perspective. Perhaps it's what we've lacked all along.
I need you to lend me some of your best men, preferably all of them.
My best men! Does it look like I have any more?
I admit this might not be the most convenient time, but my nephew's in trouble, and I may have already promised him your help.
Your nephew, the outlaw? Never! My soldiers have better things to do than die for nothing.
Then you and he are of the same mind. Clive fights for the opposite. He fights for a world in which they shouldn't have to live and die for nothing. And he fights today to give us all a chance of a better tomorrow.
Be that as it may, a handful of men cannot stand against the kingdom.
Then mayhap they are the wrong men.
Well, I'll be damned.
Our numbers are few, but I shall rally as many of my dragoons as I'm able. You, apprise the Lord Strategist of the state of the city's defenses.
Yes, Your Radiance.
And you would fight alongside us?
I owe the Phoenix a debt.
Does this vouch for my nephews?
Aye, but I still have my doubts about you.
Which we can discuss later.
Indeed.
You said you had men garrisoned in the keep. Captain, do you know how many yet remain?
Allow me to confirm. Commander?
Whatever their number, Randalar will be needing
Gather the
them
bodies
all.
and build a pyre in the courtyard. Quickly.
Terence,
My lord.
you will find a girl there.
A girl? We are in the middle of a war.
I owe her my life, and I always pay my debts. You are to see that she is provided for.
Dion, I cannot leave.
But you shall. If I'm ever to be worthy of the forgiveness of our people, then I must earn it. And I must earn it by my hand, and my hand alone. Know that I do not ask this lightly.
And know that I will do it.
Farewell, Terence.
Farewell, my prince.
Yeah, I think Terrence is dead.
Clive!
Thank fuck. You alright?
I am. But I'm a damn sight better for seeing you, Joshua.
And Barnabas.
The king is dead.
Long live the king.
So they're all...
They are, but so is their killer. He can't hurt anyone anymore. You're safe.
Gav, we need to talk.
I'm sorry, Clive. You know I want nothing more than to go with you.
I do. But I'm glad you're heading back to the Enterprise nonetheless.
And not just for Edda's sake. Our people need to know what happened here.
You can count on me.
As can she, I hope.
Thank you, me lords.
Do you think that was wise?
Wiser than leaving a woman with child alone in the Deadlands. They'll be safer at the hideaway. For now, at least. This land is overrun with Akashic. The king himself was long turned, albeit by choice, all to serve Ultima, in his damnable quest to forge the perfect vessel.
The chaos Barnabas wreaked upon nation after nation. How many were killed for this?
He didn't consider it killing, or a mercy of sorts, a way to end their suffering. He truly wanted to save mankind, and ultimately use that.
As he uses us.
But why us? What are we?
What are we? We are dominance. That is our fate.
that doesn't mean we have to accept it, which is why we fight. For the right to deny it. Is that not so?
It is. For our sins. Barnabas said something else. That the mother crystals were Ultimas.
Ultimas? Are you certain?
We know that the mother crystals have been leading the land of Ether. And we also know that it's this which hastens the spread of the blight. But what I cannot fathom is what Ultima stands to gain from that. What did you find at the stronghold?
The truth about Ultima's prize. For so long, I believed it to be you, and you alone. Yet, it is not merely a Efreet that he desires, but Efreet and Phoenix both. That which we became in the skies over Twinside. Only when the twin flames are joined shall his vessel be complete. Quite why he needs a vessel is another question. Unless there is something he cannot achieve without one. Something his immaterial form precludes. Something requiring an unthinkable amount of ether and a body resilient enough to channel it. If I did not know better, brother, I would think that he meant to cast a spell. A spell 1,000 years in the making. A spell to end all spells.
And he cannot do it without us. Nor without the mother crystals. But if we destroy them all, we will stop not only the blight, but Ultima as well. We stick to the plan then. Only this time,
we face him together.
Well, it's a long walk to Stone here. Let's not keep Ultima waiting.
Brotherhood. I was going to say A Tale of Two Brothers, but okay. This is a Final Fantasy X reference, so I'll let them have it. The Power of Darkness. We've got Odin. Yeah, I mean, these look really cool. Our iconic feat, Arm of Darkness, can be used to temporarily transform Clive's weapon, Odin's legendary blade, landing attacks. So he charges the blade, radiant for Zantetsuken. Oh, nice. That's cool.
When Barnabas fell, his magic died with him. The road to Stone here is barred to us no longer.
Okay, I'm glad we've got Joshua back with us as well. So Ultima wants to cast an Ultima that's so big it's basically going to destroy the entire world and maybe bring on a new dawn of creation or whatever. It's an interesting way to look at it. A vessel strong enough to channel all of that ether to basically, I assume, bring about the end of the world and begin a new one. Interesting indeed. Now, I still wonder where Griga fits into all of this. Like, isn't Griga supposed to be... is Griga just basically a quote-unquote made-up god? Where Ultima's more like a real god, but Griga is just this sort of made-up one that people kind of made up themselves and they just pray to and stuff. Or is Griga also still significant in the story? Maybe we defeat Ultima and we have to face Griga. Also, I was thinking, it's always known as like the twins. Like the twin realms and stuff. Is one like Griga and then Ultima is the twin of Griga or something? I don't know. So I'm still wondering when Griga's gonna come into it here. So we are closing in on the finale of this game, but we have things to do before that, I assume. So no green quests have come up yet. Not sure when they will. There is one like just further ahead, so let's go far enough to trigger that, and then we'll go back to the hideout and see what's what. Maybe the side quests are done. It's just hunts from now on, possibly. I'll have to see. I mean, I didn't get a trophy or anything. I would assume surely if you've done all the quests, you'll get a trophy at the least. So we'll see. It's definitely going to be a hell of a showdown. I can already just see that spell's going to be powering up, and we're going to somehow stop it before it gets cast. I think Ultima's going to at least get a shot at casting it somehow. Yeah, definitely used up a lot of my potions though. There were just so many just like combos of attacks with relatively little space in between them. Like it's definitely Odin was difficult, I would say. I wouldn't say difficult, but like much more on par difficulty for like a later game story boss where if you are
You were right, Joshua.
Okay. Where if you are just sort of completely reckless and you haven't really prepared much, then you can get taken out. Especially if you're not using any of the timely accessories. So yeah, definitely I wouldn't say Odin was too easy, for me at least. It's about on the money.
Bodies up ahead.
There's one survivor. How did he not go Akashic?
Is there no peace for a dying man?
What happened here?
The ether floods made savage beasts of my companions. And those faithless orcs, I knew they weren't to be trusted. We were told that they would stay loyal to our cause. Something commanded their loyalty, but it was not us.
It's a wonder they stayed faithful for so long.
Perhaps they sensed our downfall. The king is gone, our nation in ruins. What becomes of us loyal pawns now? Sworn to a shattered throne. Fuck Walud. Fuck the dead king and his god. Fuck this withered shithole. The floods do not affect you. You are a bearer, albeit one who's lost his brand. Pray, hear me, brother. Will you grant this pawn his final wish? Will you lay my dying soul to rest?
Of course. What do you need?
Finally, some luck. Beyond the castle walls, towards Stone here, there is a forest. Never turn. My parents are buried upon a bluff, nestled amongst the trees. Theirs was the only love I ever knew. I was torn from them in life, but perhaps I can return to them in death. Take my ring. See that it rests beside their bones.
May you find peace at last.
Damn. Once again, it's about death and burial and just sort of final resting places, all that kind of stuff. Obviously a big feature of the game and the world. Right, let's keep it moving. It's a big old wall.
Don't tell me. The only way to the capital
is through that gate, just as you surmise.
There's an army down there, Joshua.
Yes, but I don't see any dominance.
Yeah, basically the only dominants left are these two, Shiva and Dion. And again, I'm still confused about that whole thing, because obviously Hugo was able to still enter Titan form even after Clive took his essence. But can Shiva still appear, and can Dion still turn into Bahamut? I'm not entirely sure how that's going to work. It's a pretty big space. So I mean, this is a sign that we could definitely at least go this far before we need to check out anything else. Okay, we're up to level 38s now. That's good. Yeah, I'm gonna obviously have a look here. So the final space has been filled. 5,000. Sheesh. Individual attacks with Odin's blade are far less potent than those with Clive's regular weapon. Attack with Odin's blade do not fill the limit break gauge. Okay, they're trying to not make it too broken here. However, striking enemy or landing will fill the Zantetsuken gauge. Okay. Ah, nice. Okay. I see. Whoa. So, I mean, that looks pretty cool too. This one is all about the Zantetsuken gauge. It's like if you're not using Zantetsuken, you're not gonna be able to take things out very easily. Oh wow, that's also interesting. Yeah, this one's just wild. It's pretty crazy. Let's begin with... Let's change this to Odin. And that'll be a start. We'll just see how it works. Well, I'm not quite sure about abilities yet, because I do want to power up my Giga Flare as well, and I'm very close to it, so I think I'll wait. Oops, that was wrong. And I assume it doesn't stack, or maybe it does. You keep it in between battles. That's interesting. So I have to experiment around with it a little bit. Definitely a big region here. It's a much more like active, hard work version of like the Mega Flare. I'm trying to get a dodge in. Is it going to do anything? Or... Precision. Whoa. Yeah, okay. Whoa. Kind of like Melania's move. Again, too many boxes. The odds of me identifying what, like, the crate I can open. It's a bit low. No hope. Okay, it wasn't quite as impressive as I thought. Damn it. There you go. Right, level 3. Yeah, I mean, still, compared to how much damage I could be doing, it's not that great. I have almost enough for the Giga Flare upgrade. I think Giga Flare is way better than Zantetsuken, and to be honest, I think I like Mega Flare better than it as well, at the moment. I feel like the Odin, like, iconic abilities, they hinge a bit too much on using Zantetsuken as well. So the abilities themselves, if I change them, they're not that great. They're like 1-star, 2-star. But the reason they would be useful is because they charge the Zantetsuken gauge nice and quick.
Get him! Get him!
Good job, Joshua.